Yes, 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 yes. It's a material world, and people often do love a bit of a retouch on a photo. We're going to talk about it with the royal family and how it's happening in real estate, what's okay and what's not okay. Stay tuned.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
Touchy, retouching. She got
Retouching
in
that
big.
royal
She
retouch.
got in big trouble, didn't she?
Do you know what? I don't understand the whole craze for the royals, but yes, what a complete news headline breaker. There was a bit of photo retouching.
And what did she retouch?
Look, there was a hand, some hair, hand placement. So, retouched.
And it sounds like it's not okay.
For whatever reason, who knows what's happening personally with the royals and why Kate Middleton decided to Photoshop her photo, but it has seriously broken news headlines across the world.
I just laugh that everyone does their, when like, Instagram and all that stuff has made it all, I don't know, like filters,
Exactly.
a bit of a posture, a bit of an angle, a bit of a pose, and a bit of a retouch. I think, has it changed over time? You reckon that whole attitude and that whole let's take a photo thing, or you reckon it's worse now?
I look, with the boom in social media, I absolutely think it's worse now. I go for a walk in the morning, and without fail, I'll at least see 3 people on the walk from DY to Curly and back doing their little selfie photos with the sunrise, or the boyfriends of Instagram taking their photos. All of the filters you can put on, you can do the photoshopping edits on your phone as well. It's a big thing in social media in particular.
Bit of a striker pose, but you know what? Everyone's struck a pose. If you look at the oldie photos, portraits, everyone's, I guess everyone has been striking a pose. But yeah, I think you're right. With social, it's a lot more than ever. What's Brendan got to say?
Come on, when did a real estate agent last have a picture which wasn't edited? Add to that a little creative writing and a dump. But you know what?
Is the buy of the century.
What we can do, what we can't do in real estate in the way of photoshopping, though, because we do have parameters that we can and can't work within, that a lot of people might not be aware of.
Yeah, I do have to say that it's a bit of a joke out there with real estate agents' own photos. So the way a real estate agent handles their own, often, I'll admit it, all of us, we don't look like on our business card or signboard, we actually don't look like that in the raw, really. Most of the time.
Absolutely. All of our photos, our personal photos, our headshots, they're all photoshopped. I mean, I go to open homes so frequently and people are like, oh, is that you? Yes, I'm absolutely catfishing everyone. Instagram versus reality, photo versus reality.
Okay, so when it goes over to photography for property, what's the industry doing here? What's allowed, what's not allowed?
So in the way of photoshopping, look, we can enhance an image. We can drop in a fake sky. It might be a dusk sky. It might be more of a beautiful sunrise picture. We can bump up the lighting to make it feel a bit brighter. But anything outside of that, we can't touch walls. We can't redo floors. We can't move power lines or create more of a view. We absolutely can't do that.
View obstruction is a massive one that can't be changed. People will go nuts over it. Agents can get sued for it. So, for instance, if there's a view out to an ocean with a power line, it has been known to remove the power line, and that's a big no-no.
It's just very misleading, and you're presenting a bit of a false narrative out to prospective buyers. They're expecting this amazing view, but in reality, Instagram reality, it's obstructed by a huge power line. So we cannot do that. But what we can do is place in furniture. We call it virtual furniture, or VF, some little real estate lingo for you. And that it really helps just give you an idea of what you can do with a space. So it's not changing any of the internal walls or any of the obstructions to anything. It's just popping in a little bit of food for thought. Here's the space. This is what you can do with it. And it makes it feel a little bit warmer, and so it's not an empty shell.
Zanth, have you witnessed it make people money?
Have I? Well, it's hard to say if I've witnessed it make money, but it absolutely does make a listing seem more attractive. People, kind of read with the photos, right? A photo, you have that 3 seconds to capture people's attention. What's going to capture your attention more? An empty room with nothing in it, or something with a bit of furniture, so you can start to see how the space can really be evolved and livable.
Look, and it's all about packaging. You look at the packaging when you buy an Apple product, and the amount of cost that they must go into that. And I think it's all, if you present it better on the shelf, it's always going to be more likely to be pulled off the shelf. Photography is a spot-on example of that in real estate. What does it cost to do this virtual furniture for a seller?
So if you do have a completely empty apartment, as an example, so with nothing inside of it, it's only $35 for an image per room to have that fake furniture put in. If you've got a very overly cluttered apartment and you want that to be stripped completely, so it's an empty shell to work with, and then place some furniture in, that's going to be approximately double the cost there.
$70, and they'll take your furniture out of the photo. They'll put sexy furniture in to the photo. Now, the question that I always get asked by sellers is, don't buyers get the shits? Don't they go nuts over it?
Look, it's only happened to me once, and it's funnily enough, it happened over the weekend, where someone's come into an open home and they've said, oh, this isn't the same furniture that you had on the listing photos. I came out here to check out the furniture. So
no.
It's only in the last 2 years that I've been doing this, it's only happened once. So that's a pretty good record. But we're not selling furniture. We're selling a property at the end of the day.
Yeah. So this is an example of lay furniture of someone's apartment. Okay, there's from this, and then it's going to do the looking to same room, same paint, same carpet, right?
And it is very amazing how it does transform the space. It's warmer, it's softer, it's more inviting, it's more visually appealing to anybody wanting to come and view that apartment.
Now, the reality is, for an owner to do this to their own property, it's going to cost them probably about $4,000, $3.5, $4,000 on a two-bedder. So you've gone from 50 odd bucks to $4,000 odd to change to refurnish the place. I think it's a good option. The buyers don't tend to never have a problem with it. The sellers like it. I think we're on a winner. Kate Middleton wouldn't be happy, but the real estate industry is. What's Rick got to say?
Are there rules around what types of images or renders for potential renovations for a property?
Yeah, definitely. I think when you're messing with kitchens, bathrooms, paint or carpet, and blinds, things that when the property is emptied out, that will, if you're changing those things when the property's empty, I think you're going to get yourself in a bit of trouble. Having said that, we have been successful with full disclosure. So we've sometimes rendered a house, like a red brick house. We've had it rendered on the outside to a really spunky colour.
Yeah.
And we've presented that photo at open houses or presented that photo online with massive disclosure statement on it saying this is only a depicted
Artist
version of
impression. Yeah.
artist impression.
An
Yeah,
artist's
yeah.
impression. It's the same when you're doing kind of like a floor plan. This is how the floor plan presents now, but this is a potential floor plan you could do with that space as well.
Yeah, but where agents are getting themselves in trouble is they're using that as bait to bait people in and not telling them that it's virtual.
Yeah. Having it as the finished product. And I just, do want to stress it's a massive saving to any seller that is thinking to sell their property. It's a massive cost, $4,500 for a 2-bedroom apartment to have professional stylized furniture put in there. Plus, you also need to think about the cost it will take to remove your current furniture and hold that in storage as well.
Yeah, that's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully Zanthany the Great and I have helped you today with the concept of virtual furniture. We're not in trouble, but K Middleton is in trouble by doing it. But there's some tips and tricks for you how real estate agents are doing it.
Yep, love it. Adios.
Have a great
Until
day.
next time.
See you guys. See ya.